Lagosians are trying,
Yeah, I know, right?
especially for this raining period. The way the rain has spoiled the roads, and I'm not even exempted because it
Really?
affected me. Yes, I was trying to come down to school, and I got down to the park, and I couldn't board a bus
Why?
because the rain has spoiled the road, and buses are not coming forth. It was not a good experience.
Wow.
It is
I
well.
really think I do not like this raining season. I think I prefer Harmattan or dry season because it's all about the cold. I really cannot deal. I'm this person that cold gets to me easily. And then I was seeing something on social media on WhatsApp status about the flood in Lagos, and I'm like, wow, Lagosians, you guys are really
We are
trying.
trying
I
sincerely.
AOD. Hi guys, welcome to Dealings and Doings podcast. I'm Avila.
And I'm Penny.
Today I'll be talking about a new topic, emotional imbalance. But then, so Eni, what have you been up to all through the week?
Well, what have I been up to? I've been taking time to rest, before we resume back to this school stress, of
Yeah.
course. And I'm also working on personal growth, and I've also been doing TikTok.
Guys, let me tell you one funny thing about this girl. The only thing she does is TikTok, she sleeps, and she eats.
At least I'm doing something.
Pele.
Have you followed me on TikTok?
Me follow you. That's not possible.
Better follow me before I become a star. What have you been up to?
Actually, I've been reading. I'm actually working on some things on Havilah clothings and all. Actually went out to my friends and all. And then, particularly about reading on personal growth. Yeah.
All right.
So guys, today we're talking about emotional imbalance, and I feel like a lot of youth and young ones, they actually go through these things, but they really do not know that this is what they are going through.
Exactly.
Because 1 second you are happy, you are very very excited, and the next minute you're already sad, and you're like, why? What is the cause
can
for this
relate.
sadness? And all of
Yeah.
these things. And also anxiety can be a cause for emotional imbalance. For example, let me relate it. When I was working and I was still schooling then. So I really had a lot of clients on me. I had a lot of customers and deadlines to meet also. So at that point, I knew that there was no way I could have done it. I can't stop work for school and I can't stop school for work. So at a point, it affected my relationship actually, because I had to end the relationship. I have deadlines to meet, and when he's calling, when he needs my attention, when he wants us to talk, I'm always angry on the phone. Like, can't you hold on? Can't you wait for me? I'm busy now. Then he will come later. Like, this thing cannot work. Fine, I don't have issues with him, but I have issues with deadline. I have issues with what I have to do. And because the time is calling me, I have a lot of things on my head. I really could not manage my emotions then, so I had to end the relationship. Not because I have issues with a friend, but because I have a lot of things. I have tensions, I have deadlines to meet, and I really could not manage myself then. So I feel like emotional imbalance is a state whereby you cannot control your emotions. Do you understand what I'm
Yeah, I
trying to
get
say?
you. So, to me, emotional imbalance is, you've really made a real point. And then, emotional imbalance is when you can't cope with life in a reasonable manner. It's like your heart and mind are at war at each other. Okay. And then I could say, like, there was a time I was having some issues, like it's just home issues, like family issues. So it gets into my head.
Yeah.
So, and then it make me to the imbalance.
All right.
Like, there was a day a friend of mine called me and I was like, hello, I don't want to talk for today.
Really?
And then the person was like, what's wrong? Like, did I offend you? In that point, in that state, the person didn't offend me, but it's actually as a result of my own imbalance.
Yeah.
So we can say this imbalance too can make you to like react negatively to friends and then families too. And then it also comes in a state whereby you want to just isolate yourself from people. You don't even want to relate with anyone.
Just want to be alone.
It can even affect you to the point that you even take good care of yourself. You look at somebody that is tattered, and then it is just because of the state of mind of that person's state of mind.
Yeah.
So this thing is a very, very serious case. Well, also another scenario is a father coming back from work. Especially with this, let's say Lagos stress. Okay, let's use Lagos. Stress is everywhere.
We know.
So
we know.
this Lagos stress now, a father that has gone out from very early in the morning and then is coming back late at night, and then is not even greeting the children with a smile. Sometimes my father will come back from work and then will be like, daddy, stuff like that. So, and then we'll just be like, how are you? With a harsh tone. Yeah. It's not as if he hates us, but at that point, is actually imbalance. because of the stress too can
Stress
cause
from
it.
work,
Yes,
yeah.
stress too can
Even the
cause it.
traffic while coming back from
Exactly,
work can
so
cause
can
it.
cause it too.
Yeah. And for example, now those at home for ASU strike for 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
you can relate with some people that when you're in school, you don't even wash your clothes yourself, and now you're in your father's house. You know how these African mothers used to be, and they will call you as old as you are. You that normally you don't wash clothes in school, they will call you to come and sweep the floor, to come and wash the plates, and you're already depressed at home. This actually means that you're not balanced emotionally. It can lead to depression because you're already at home 24/7. You don't have anywhere to go. As is keeping you at home, you can't even meet up with friends. You can't hang out. There is no place. You're only seeing the four walls of your room, and then there is no way you can relate because your social state of mind has changed. So I mean that can even cause you to fall into depression. Or what do you think about that?
Exactly, and then this thing you said now can actually make someone's personality to change.
Yeah.
Like in a point whereby this thing has overwhelmed that person too much. The situation that is
Yes.
going on has overwhelmed that person too much, and then that person has now like is having personality change in a point whereby maybe this person is a person that used to have nice talks.
Yeah.
And then as at that point a friend just call in or a friend just come around, and then this person just talk harshly, indirect, like unconsciously the person has already like is having personality change. The person might not know, but
Yeah.
unconsciously because of what is happening, the person has already have personality change. Like it has already changed another person perspective about that person. Like this person is harsh. I know this person to be kind,
Yes.
but this person is harsh.
For example, those at home for 5 months for this ASU strike, normally they are not this kind person, they're not this harsh person, but staying at home and doing all these house chores that normally they would not have done if they are in school, it can make them to become angry. Like they can just become angry all of a sudden, like, mommy, what is your problem? Mommy, what is this?
Exactly.
And a grown man that is ready to get engaged, now you're calling the guy to come and sweep the floor, to come and wash the place. Like, mommy, you can't be serious here.
So we can relate this thing with adulthood. Do you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
You know this thing, adulthood, now scam, this stuff
Exactly.
so now somebody like in abroad they said if you are 18 years of age you can actually live alone.
Yes.
And then we have 28 years of age guy that things are not working fine as he ought to. Like
Some are even still living in their father's house
and
at the age
some
of 28.
their parents are even still feeding them.
Exactly.
And then this thing can just be like, I'm supposed to have achieved this. I'm supposed to have gotten this thing.
And they might be seeing their friends having cars, getting married with kids.
Exactly.
So there is no way they can think right.
Exactly.
Because normally they are going to be angry with themselves that they are not making it good in life, and they will fall into depression.
Yes. And then as at that point, you can't expect such person like to, except if that person can actually control his feelings or his emotions. At that point, if that person is not somebody that can control his emotions, that person will react negatively to people, in the sense that that person is already like having all sort of thoughts about how things should work, imaginations, and things are not working for it. And then that person is left with his or her thinking. So and then you just come and just say hello, do you have any gist?
Like,
do you have any gist?
Let's
go out.
And
then as at that point that person was just like,
or they can even say good evening and be like, what's good about the evening?
God bless you.
We do not mean to say that all of these things happening to us about life, like those of you at home for over 5 months, and those of you that you're not even married and are still living in your parents' house, we do not mean to say that all of these things are not good. Yes, we have situations of life that are normal, but this has to deal with how you can balance it, because normally everyone has their ups and downs. We have things that we go through, but how well can you balance all of these things? How well can you manage your emotions that you won't become a mad person in society?
Because if care is not taken, a lot of people will just lose relationship with people.
Definitely.
If they are, because you cannot expect me to be a friend of yours and then you just don't give me the good vibe. You don't, even if true. I want to relate things with you. The vibe you give me, like, you might just turn me off and I'll just be like, let me go and meet another person.
That ended my first relationship. It's actually a long topic, and it's a long thing that we need to address and we need to trash out for youth and for young ones in our day-to-day activities. So the causes of all of these things, what are the causes of this emotional imbalance? The things that you can see that would be like, when you see these things happening in your life, you know that emotionally you're not balanced again. For example, now when you are angry all of a sudden, like nobody is vexing you, but you are just angry. Little things get you angry. Things that normally you would have just smiled and be like, it's fine. But then you're just shouting, you're just angry here and
Like
there.
I can relate to that. Back then when I was working, I had a boss. So that man just we like he used to like it. Sometimes it can be harsh,
Okay.
and then I would just take it normally. And then there was this particular day, and it was just normal talk. I don't even know what he was. I can't even recollect what he was saying. But as at that moment, I can recollect that I was angry. I was very, very pissed.
Really?
And it's not because of what he said, but because of my own personal issues.
Exactly.
Like I've been alone with my thoughts, and then that man just come, this kind of thoughts. And people are really going through this thing. Some people just be like,
and they cannot manage it. They really cannot manage their emotions. They cannot manage things happening to them. It's actually occurs a lot.
and then if had it been I was not able to like control my emotions that day, it could have cost me my job.
Sack later.
You don't get me. Like now I've been like, oh, why would this boss talk to me like that? Or just say, oh, I should just reply Ashley to him.
Next thing you hear is, Eni, meet me in my office now.
And also, that man, we can't say he might actually be emotionally imbalanced. I don't know if you get my point.
Yeah.
He might actually be emotional. He's a married man.
Yeah.
He has responsibilities. He has all sorts of things he needs to settle. And then maybe he just comes and then it's just I can say this thing is just like you are trying to look for somebody to pour your anger on.
Yeah.
Like he can come in that way.
Yes,
and then he just talks and then he just talk Ashley and to him he might not know that he has actually talked Ashley to you.
Yeah.
So
when you feel irritated, when you feel angry, this can be signs of emotional imbalance. This can mean that maybe things happen and you feel irritated easily, get angry easily. This actually can be signs that emotionally you are not balanced. All right, it's actually something that we have to deal with and we have to sort out because really we cannot continue like this.
Exactly.
So guys, stay with us as we bring to you next week on episode 2 of Emotional Imbalance. We're going to talk about how to deal with it because we cannot continue our life like this. We really need to deal with it. And if you have any contribution or any question, you can actually visit us on our social media handle on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. You can send personal questions to our DM and you can actually email us your questions. We are ready to answer you. Till then, stay blessed and stay refreshed. Peace out.